There is no way that it's possible for a victim to ignore their abuser. And I really hated it. People saying that, well, just ignore them. You can just ignore them. You can't ignore someone you're living with. You can't ignore somebody screaming in your face. And that's all I had my whole life. White trash screaming in my face. And yeah, it was late Theodore Carl Samuel, late James Lester Sapin, late Arthur Hesnall III. Yeah, even late Michael Allen Dodge. And I wouldn't have remembered that name if I didn't see that video. It was a funny video to me. It was like, I'm so truthful. If any one of my abusers would have just died, I could have had a chance. And that's even with my late husband. You know, like, I couldn't do anything with him or any of them. I mean, you know, they're just awful, insane abusers attacking me all the time. And I can't do one thing right. You know, they hate themselves. So they threw all of their hell onto me. I appreciate that at all. And nobody deserves that, but nobody is there to rescue the victim. I'm sick of it. I'm not just gonna listen to fucking Rush again or something. I don't know. Whatever. I'm sick of it, you know, repeating myself a billion times. But the person that makes me do this is my worst insane abuser that acts like I had the best life of all time. And I'm the craziest person on the planet. And that's not the case. I mean, obviously he is. He's the one who gave over $200,000 away. I mean, don't you think after they stole $75,000 from your credit card, don't you think way back before 2014 that, you know, you should stop? And this is out of respect for my father. My dad laughed at him. My dad totally... It's like, what? What insane person gives another person, like, allows somebody to steal $75,000 from them? And this was around 2014. And he's in total denial of that. Because, you know, I mean... he paid $2,000 for her rent and these 2 cars. And her car traffic tickets. And, yeah, I mean, where he got all that money, I don't know. Just like, where do people, you know, get their passive income? And, the problem with abusers is, once they latch onto their victim. Okay, so this is 409. This is the only good part of this video. Okay, once they latch onto their victim, they'll never ever let go of putting them down. So an insane abuser, they're not abusive to everybody. They choose one victim. And then they'll just destroy that victim every way possible. Oh, well, this is what she said. Oh, she said that. This and that. To Kathy, my friend. That was all lies. I don't forget what it was anymore, but like the worst shit. I don't know. Just bring up I raped Alex again. I mean, just totally insane. Oh, and then And then she gave the credit card to her boyfriend's half-brother. And then she went and spent all the money. And it was just all total lie. And this is, just to put up with total hell. That's total hell. A person constantly attacking who they choose to attack. And just be totally negative. Oh, you don't appreciate anything. Oh, you don't have any gratitude for anything that you have. And you're such an awful person. And you're such a spoiled little brat who gets whatever they want. And I was always grateful. I was always grateful. And then I changed my mind a little bit, and I was really negative recently, but that's from people hating me like my worst abuser. And yeah, I mean, he just won't let up. Like, the only reason why I ever was forced to scream was because he screamed at me first for way over 5 minutes. And I'm a very patient person. That, I just can't handle it after 10 minutes. Like, can you... Oh, you don't respect me. You don't respect me at all. You have to respect me and listen to me. Listen. And then it's just like... awful. It's so awful. What the hell I had to put up with? And this is just a fucking waste of time. I'm just gonna listen to Rush. Because it's positive. This is negative. I don't know, I like that, passion guy. Attract passion. He's very, very, uplifting. Even though, I just disagree. We are not all one. I will never ever be Hitler, or my worst abuser, or Stalin. That's great. Or late Michael Jackson's dad, or my late husband, or... Yeah. I will never, ever, ever be like that to another human being, where you make another human being want to die. It's not in me to do that. And I did one time. I made my son Alex cry, and he was about 7, between 5, 6, 7. One time I screamed, just like I was always screamed at. I did the same thing to my child. And he started crying. I'm like, oh my God, did I do that to you? This is a really other good point. 8:39. Did I do that to you? I made you cry. I can't believe it. I'm so sorry. I'm wrong. I shouldn't have done that. Why did I do that? That's because that's what happened to me. I'm sorry. I'm wrong. You don't deserve that. I wouldn't even ask him to hit me. Hey, I was a bad mommy. You hit me because I made you cry. Right? And, I just, I was always told I was a bad mom, but late Arthur Hesnot III, he said that how good of a mom I was, which is great. But my worst abuser constantly said I was a really, really the worst mom. I had the worst kids, and they were wild. They were... my kids were just uncontrollable and the worst kids of all. And he always screamed at me. Just awful. And I didn't mind him taking the handicap to New York City every fucking day. Just leave me the hell alone. I don't need your shit. You know? He was awful to me, and he has no memory of it. So that's one thing I did learn about my very abusive, insane abusive late husband, James Lester Sapone. He didn't have any memory of him beating me up. I mean, he did a little bit. But I mean, I'm talking about not drinking. Like, really crazy. And unfortunately, one time my mom hit me and I had a bruise, but it's like, she had no memory of it. And she never drinks. So these abusers, and my worst abuser, has no memory of the 4 months of total torture hell. And he's like, well, so what? Well, so what? What do you mean, well, so what? I mean, you're awful to me. And oh, shit. 409, I was gonna, what do you call that? Collaborate on that. If you give an abuser, if you let them put you down, they will never ever stop putting you down. But when you love yourself, like I did to, I stood up to, my worst abuser. He can't take it that I'm saying the truth. That's not what happened. And it does, and nobody gives a shit anyway. So just forget about it. But that's not what happened at all. But I doubt that he's ever going to respect me in any way, because they never do. That's the whole point. Abusers will never, ever respect the victim that they traumatized. They won't. It's not in them to do so. It's not in them to say they're sorry. And if they say they're sorry,